Their story started in 1995 when they were both chosen to appear together on film in the renowned soap opera All My Children. But when? It wasn't a fake link. Kelly, now 54 years old, had been playing the part for some time until Mark, now 53 years old, joined the cast in 1990 as Haley Vaughn's love interest, Mateo Santos. A burst of sparks appeared out of nowhere. After their first chemistry test, they immediately began dating because of their unbreakable bond. In 1996, just a year after they began dating, the couple eloped to Sin City to begin their eternal vows. Since then, Kelly and Mark have co-founded a prosperous business. Michael, Joaquin, and Lola are their 3 devoted children. In addition, they co-host Live with Kelly and Mark and co-own a production firm. Their love story always takes center stage, regardless of how busy they are at work. On January 14th, Kelly made a heartfelt appearance at a 92Y ceremony honoring the 55th anniversary of All My Children. Moderator Andy Cohen and soap opera legend Susan Lucci brought together a panel to talk about the influence of the program from its start in 1970 until its end in 2011. Members of Kelly's inner circle, including casting director Judy Bly Wilson and head writer Lorraine Brick, as well as former co-stars Jill Larson, Eden Regal, Jennifer Bassi, and Francesca James, attended the occasion. Judy was the one who initially discovered Mark, and Kelly took a moment to describe the impact that casting choice had on her life. The statement, "I would be completely ruined without Judy," was made by Kelly, who was crying. "My spouse would not be with me. I couldn't have a family without them." Both the crowd and her former co-stars applauded her candid comments, which included, "You are the one to thank for all the good things that have ever happened to us. I just want to say that out loud as well. For me, this is nothing new. I am utterly without you." Judy went on to give an inside peek at Mark's casting process. The production team rapidly came to love Kelly, but it took some persuasion to cast Mark. Judy was immediately behind him, that's what she meant. "I showed Kelly a black and white picture of him in my office, and she fell head over heels," she said with a mischievous smile. "They refused to stop dragging their heels, no matter how hard I tried." Even when Mark played Mateo on screen, it turned out that the directors weren't really sold. Judy acknowledged that she had to continue searching for another actor and set up further screen tests for Mark. After a while, the production team finally gave Mark permission to start working there, a decision that resulted in his real affair with Kelly and had significant effects on his career. The chemistry between Kelly and Mark was evident to everyone, not just the cast. Everyone on the set could see how well they got along. Susan Lucci, a legendary figure in soap opera, observed their chemistry. She smiled at the thought of Susan watching the audition scenes in the hair and cosmetics department. Then everyone exclaimed, "Oh, get a room." The entire crowd laughed as Kelly responded, but she was the one who found the memories most amusing. She continued, "The chemistry between you two was coming right through the screen." After All My Children concluded in 2011, Kelly and Mark's romance only grew more intense. Throughout their careers, they have supported one another through good times and bad. This covers both Kelly's lengthy daytime TV career and Mark's acting roles. As co-hosts of Live with Kelly and Mark, their infectious energy and sincere romance continue to enthrall viewers every morning. What began as a single audition in 1995 has developed into a lifelong Hollywood relationship. In a heartfelt contemplation, Kelly stated, "If it weren't for all my children, I wouldn't have my husband. I wouldn't be here with my kids or living this life without you." For viewers, this is evidence that the enchantment of television can occasionally take on a very real quality. Long-term marriages are uncommon in this business, but Kelly and Mark's relationship has only gotten closer over time. Despite their fame and hectic schedules, their love and family have always come first. Their 3 children, Joaquin 21, Lola 22, and Michael 26, have watched their parents happily balance work and home life. The couple's fans get a glimpse of their vibrant connection through their frequent social media updates about family life. Beyond their personal lives, Kelly and Mark have an unmatched professional relationship. Today, their audience expects them to engage with them on a daily basis in a professional manner. After years of being a cherished guest co-host with Kelly, Mark eventually and permanently took Ryan Sarah's spot at the live desk in April 2023. With a new moniker, Live with Kelly and Mark, the show's real-life partnership is the main focus for its millions of viewers each week. Their humorous, sincere, and uninhibited marital interaction is now the result of this shift. The show's star. The audience is often treated to the kind of playful teasing that defines a dedicated collaboration. For example, when Kelly brought up the idea of an airport divorce, a trend in which couples split up in the terminal and then reunite at the gate, a recent show descended into a comical argument. Mark's rigorous travel schedule, which requires him to arrive at the airport 4 to 16 hours prior to departure, was ridiculed by Kelly. She then recalled a recent trip on which Mark allegedly got upset with her due to the lengthy security line following the expiration of his TSA pre-check. In his subsequent comments, Mark, who was waiting with her as a show of solidarity, refused to give her the last say and instead jumped into a standard mom and dad fighting again argument. "Let's start with, give me some Windex and maybe you can remove the footprints from the windshield," he said in response to her story. His favorite part of Kelly getting into the car is when she places her bare feet on the dashboard and asks him to examine the prints left by her toes. They are the most authentic pair on Daytime because of their oversharing and realistic babble. This openness extends beyond casual chat. The pair, who have been married for nearly 30 years, has been very honest about the difficulties they have had. Kelly has talked about how their first year of marriage was awful and challenging. Her two main recommendations for newlyweds are to travel as much as possible before starting a family and to enjoy each other's company throughout the difficult adjustment phase. They have also discussed the topic of marriage therapy. In spite of this, Kelly joked that she learned more about her husband from his disgusting addiction to social media, what Mark refers to as his porn, than from her treatment. Their partnership began with a similar kind of unplanned, full-on enthusiasm. They eloped in 1996, and their wedding has since become a Hollywood legend. Following their reconciliation, they made the decision to travel to Las Vegas on the same day, and Mark even offered to propose to her. They did not have a site to call home. In the yellow pages that were provided in the hotel room, Mark's initial pick was the Chapel of the Bells. This was due to the fact that it featured the most extensive advertisement. When they phoned, they had the option of selecting either a 2 o'clock or 12 o'clock appointment time. Even though it was just 45 minutes away, Mark decided to go with the option that was 12 o'clock. Kelly claims that Mark was persistent because he was concerned that she would develop cold feet, despite the fact that all she needed was some time to herself to shave her legs. 2 minutes was the whole amount of time that the ceremony lasted, and Kelly claims that it cost an astounding $174, a figure that she has made fun of owing to the length of the ceremony. The solid foundation of their family unit served as the foundation upon which they built their economic empire. Under the influence of their 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Waken, Maloyo has become an unheralded powerhouse in the media. The programming portfolio of the corporation is quite extensive, ranging from reality shows such as Dirty Soapy and Fire Island VH1 to documentaries such as Cheer on CMT and competitive shows such as Homemade Millionaire on TLC. Despite the fact that their elder children have gone their separate ways, none of them have strayed too far from the entertainment industry that the family founded. Michael Consuelos, the eldest son, had the opportunity to study at the Tisch School of the Arts at New York University, from which he ultimately graduated. He is a successful actor, writer, and producer in addition to his work on Bravo, where he collaborates with Andy Cohen. His portrayal of a younger version of Hiram Lodge, the legendary character that Mark had previously portrayed, in a number of flashback episodes of the popular television series Riverdale, brought him widespread recognition.